Dr. Watt. We've thought long and hard about this. We know that there's been some tension among the cast with you going from a one-off episode to a full-time cast member, and if you are truly going to be inducted into the Oh My Goddess family, we would like to put you through a special initiation.
What kind of initiation?
If you pull this off, you will forever be our hero.
Pull what off? What do you want me to do?
We want you to take us back in time so we can sabotage those fucking Evangelion movies before they have a chance to steal our animation staff away from us.
And then maybe we can finally have a third season of Oh My Goddess.
Well, yeah, but if I do that, then Bad Goddess will never exist. And I wasn't in the original manga or anime shows.
If you do this for us, we promise to put in a good word for you with Fujishima. We will not rest until he writes you into the original show.
But in order to be canon to the series, I would have to be written into the manga.
We'll worry about the details later.
But aren't you worried that my presence in the manga might once again hijack your series?
Dr. Watt, for the sake of both our series, Evangelion must die.
Forgive me for saying this, but this sounds suspiciously like you want me to assassinate somebody.
Dr. Watt. We know. Lynn told us about the Steve Urkel hit you did for her. Absolutely brilliant work. You saved the world from the most horrible sitcom on television.
We just need you to do it one more time. Do it for me. Everybody loves Belle Dandy.
You know, I'm not too fond of the idea of spending the rest of my days on Nekomi Tech campus, waiting around for Kichi to man up and fuck his girlfriend. I mean, at least with this post-apocalyptic sci-fi setting, I can lend myself just a little towards Doctor Who, while maintaining the setting and spirit of Oh My Goddess.
Oh come on.
Well, do you really want to go back to being a censored children's show?
Yes. Kevin Neese is a total fucking pervert who doesn't know how to write women. This is supposed to be my series, yet he's so inexperienced. He doesn't know how to write me as a lead character. He just passes me to the side as a couple of one-liner comic relief moments, unless he can squeeze a funny sex scene out of it.
Yeah, and outside of the first story, since when has he actually completed a full screenplay beyond a half-written rough draft?
I feel very obligated to complain to the producers right now. Now, don't get me wrong, Kevin had some really crazy ideas for where to take this series and some funny memorable dialogue, but I say it's time we ditched him.
Look, I know Kevin is a little crass, but if you just hold out a little longer, he's got some really grand designs on where to take this series.
And I'd bet my bottom dollar it centers around a Doctor Who episode.
Okay. You didn't hear this from me, but you know Erd's girlfriend, Natsumi?
What about her?
Well, from what I hear, she's actually a cop from another one of Kosuke Fujishima's manga series called You're Under Arrest.
That doesn't impress me. Everybody does You're Under Arrest crossovers.
Yeah, but check this out. When the nuclear holocaust happened, Natsumi and all of her partners were disbanded and lost and spread out among the 5 goddess planets with no way to contact and find each other.
And let me guess, we're supposed to go planet hopping around finding them. What Doctor Who episode was this based on? William Hartnell's The Keys of Marinus? Seriously, why would I want to go to all of that trouble just to help my own girlfriend hook up with one of her old exes again?
You don't want to see this series go in that direction?
No, Kevin can't even handle completing the fucking simplest of stories. What the fuck makes you think he can handle a 5-part serial?
You really want me to kill off the Evangelion series that badly?
Kill off? No, I want you to murder them in cold blood. They stole our animation staff. How would you like it if you had a wife, and she left you for David Tennant because Doctor Who is more legitimate?
We truly love our animation staff. It broke our hearts deeply when they abandoned us.
Please help us, Dr. Watt. You're the only one who can.
Okay. I'm in.
We knew we could count on you.
So, who do I have to murder to stop Evangelion from happening?
That's strange, I don't recall.
Forgive me for asking, but have any of you ever actually sat down and watched Evangelion?
No, why would we ever watch that piece of shit? That would turn us into the creepy stalker ex-girlfriends.
Well, surely you've done some kind of research on the series.
Can't you just Wikipedia it?
No, the nuclear holocaust killed Wikipedia.
Can't you just travel back in time to a place when Wikipedia was still operational?
Dude. That's like wasting gas on multiple unnecessary trips to the grocery store.
Well, can't Kevin Neese just get off his lazy fucking ass and rent Evangelion from My Love Video? Kevin's from the other dimension.
What? You mean, the guy that you just now said you wanted to fire off of his own series?
For crying out loud, whose stick do I have to suck to get Oh My Goddess Season 3 back on the air?
Well, maybe you're thinking about this the wrong way. Maybe sending me back in time to bump off the creators of Evangelion is a little too extreme. Surely there must be another way to get Oh My Goddess Season 3 back on the air.
Dr. Watt may be right. Instead of blaming this on the Evangelion movies, maybe we should be asking ourselves where the Flights of Fancy series went wrong.
Well, from what I can tell, the producers only had a limited number of episodes they were allowed to make, and in order to condense all of the best episodes into the series, they had to skip over certain character introductions that would have later come into Season 3.
You're thinking about my house cat Wellspur, aren't you? His introduction story was when that whole stupid subplot about the doublet system got started. I mean, can you believe that? Fujishima repeatedly created continuity problems in his own series by abandoning his own rules whenever they began to bore him. And what is the one thing he sticks with? The dumbass eye for an eye law.
As if that would ever stop people from killing each other in real life. I mean, the one likable thing about Bad Goddess is that while Fujishima's depictions live in a world where everyone plays nice, Kevin understands that life just doesn't work that way. Kosuke Fujishima's Oh My Goddess is a beautiful lie, and Kevin Neese's Bad Goddess is the ugly hilarious truth. Fujishima is the optimist, living in a world of romantic sentimentality. Kevin is a true fatalist, living in the gray area of dark comedy.
The one thing that bugs me the most about Flights of Fancy is if you look up what issues happen in the manga, right around where they ended that season, you suddenly realize that they skipped over Kichi being forced to drop out of college because he failed to get that last credit in German before the tuition money ran out. That's a real-life consequence, and slightly more interesting is it represents an alternate reality in Kosuke Fujishima's life. Fujishima graduated and went on to work in the manga industry. Kichi dropped out and worked in the automotive industry. Fujishima chose to have Kichi represent a real-life problem that happens to a lot of people. And what did the creators of Flights of Fancy skip this episode for? The song of love that shakes the heart.
You mean the one where Payath's booster enhancement pill causes all of the goddesses to suffer intense orgasms whenever Kichi says I love you? That was a great episode.
Please don't describe it like that.
Like what?
Kevin seems to be obsessed with people trying to make us die from orgasms for comedic purposes. And when you describe the song of love that shakes the heart in that manner, it almost lowers the original series down to his sick perverted level.
How else am I supposed to describe it? That's exactly what it is.
You know who else would have been introduced in Season 3? Siegel the store mannequin robot. I always liked that nice little love/hate story between her and Mr. Banpei.
Yeah, Siegel almost stole the series for a while there.
The last story in the series that I enjoyed before it got caught up in the never-ending Niflheim cliffhanger was the one where you girls were having a kiki for Megumi because her boyfriend broke up with her, and Schooled invented a Keibo gun to erase her bad memories like eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. But then it backfired and gave the entire house amnesia.
And then we spent the next few issues playing a detective game trying to figure out our own identities. That was a wonderful episode.
Look, I've got to be honest with you. I'm glad that you all have fond memories of the original series. But sooner or later, you're just going to have to come to terms with the fact that the series is over. You can like it. You can read it. But in the end, because Fujishima chose to move on with his life and cancel the manga, that's all that there ever is going to be. If you want to see new episodes of Oh My Goddess, the only option is to write them yourselves. And while we're on the subject, why would anyone want to go out and simply do the same things that Fujishima did? He's already fucking done them. He did them for 30 years. One has to wonder if he wrote himself into a corner and felt trapped by the mechanisms of his own story. Don't you want to expand your horizons? Don't you want to do something new? Bad Goddess is all about that.
You are absolutely right.
Thank you.
And now all we're asking you to do is something that's never been seen in an Oh My Goddess series before.
Hit me with it, I'm open for it.
I want you to travel back in time and kill the creators of Evangelion so we can get our animation stuff back.
Oy vey. Here we go again. Jesus titty fucking Christ. The things I do for this TV series.
Do you really think Dr. What will pull it off? He doesn't sound like much of an assassin.
Of course he'll pull it off. Dr. What has always come through. Oh, I can't wait. We're finally going to get a real Oh My Goddess Season 3.
Oh man. I'm about to crash and burn. I need to stop pulling those all-nighters. It's really throwing my sleep cycle off. But nothing a good day of sleep won't fix.
I've got to give those goddesses full credit. Murdering the creators of Evangelion is so original, I'm surprised I didn't think of it. And away we go.
Kichi, you've overslept again. It's time to get up and go to class.
I don't want to go to class. I'll just get Dr. What to take me there on time later.
Who is Dr. What?
Daddy, you're going to be late for class.
Daddy? Wait a minute. I don't have kids. I haven't been to college in 20 years.
Kichi, are you feeling okay?
Bell Dandy? How did we end up in our old temple? Who's the little girl? What's going on?
You sound like you've been studying a little too hard. Don't you know your own daughter Ariana?
Since when do I have a daughter? I think I would have remembered a life event like that. What year is this?
It's 1995.
Yeah, Kichi, it's always 1995. What's up with you today?
1995. It's supposed to be 2017. Where is that fucking Time Lord? When I get my hands on him.
Did he just say Time Lord?
Did he just say the F word?
Kichi, you can't say the F word.
Like fuck I can't. What the holy fuck is going on here? Only Kevin from the other dimension would write a plot this stupid.
Plot? You're confusing me here? Do you mean like a TV show?
TV show? That's it. I'm back in the 1990s. Oh my god, it's over.
Kichi, what is an Oh My Goddess over? Who is Kevin from the other dimension?
And what was all that about a Time Lord?
Oh, no. Don't even bring up the Time Lord. Don't even invoke his name. Ever since that fucking Time Lord showed up, there's been nothing but trouble. He's practically taken over the entire show.
Kichi, sweetie, this isn't a TV show. This is 1995, and you're about to be late for class. You've got a big test today at Nikomi Tech, and you've clearly stayed up too late studying too hard.
Bell Dandy, I dropped out of college because I failed to graduate. I was missing a credit in German when the tuition money ran out. I've been working for Whirlwind Automotive for 20 years. We sold our life rights for an animated TV show called Oh My Goddess. It was cancelled after 2 seasons. You know this. I know you know this.
Kichi, there is no show called Oh My Goddess. There are no Time Lords, they are fictional. You've been watching too many episodes of Doctor Who.
No, not Doctor Who. Dr. What? He was this knockoff of Doctor Who that used to show up on Sesame Street, but they fired him for showing up drunk on set, fucking using foul language, and getting into fistfights. The last straw was when he tried to shank Big Bird in the face with screwdriver, so he started his own show on public access. But all of this was really just a cover for the fact that he was in fact an actual Time Lord.
Kichi, for the last time, there is no planet Gallifrey.
He didn't come from planet Gallifrey. He's not the Doctor. He was one of you.
One of us? You mean he was a spirit? Did he wear our face emblems?
No, he hid them so he could fit in, but he was a spirit, and nobody could identify him.
Kichi, if he was a spirit like one of us, Then he would have been in the Yggdrasil system and we would have been able to identify him.
Yeah, if one of our gods was shirking his duties to impersonate Doctor Who and get into drunken fist fights on public access, I think he would have had his license suspended by now.
I mean, really, what kind of stupid joke is that?
I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. Donald Trump stole the American election from Hillary Clinton even though he lost by nearly 3 million votes. And no less than a few months afterwards, he turned ICE immigration into his own personal SS officers. It was like the rise of Nazi Germany from Mexican illegal immigrants all over again. He destroyed healthcare, he fired the head of the FBI for investigating him. And finally, to top it all off, he antagonized Kim Jong-un so much that he started off a nuclear apocalypse and planet Earth was destroyed.
Well, Kichi, you can rest easy in knowing that planet Earth is still here. We are all safe and sound, here in 1995 Chiba, Japan,
where there are no TV shows called Oh My Goddess,
and no Time Lords named Dr. What,
and no foul language.
Don't be fucking silly. Of course there's fucking foul language.
Hold on a second, if planet Earth was destroyed, then how were you still alive?
The Almighty was overwhelmed by all of the unexpected new arrivals, so to get rid of them, he fabricated 5 new goddess planets, which he named after you and your friends. We all lived on planet Belgandi where everything was upgraded with futuristic Blade Runner technology, and Skuld opened up her own restaurant which was a cross between Chuck E. Cheese, Bananas, and a pole dancing strip club. Belgandi was one of their best pole dancers.
Kichi, I am not a stripper.
No, not fucking stripping. Pole dancing. Pole dancing is an expressionistic art form.
No, it's not, Kichi. It's mostly associated with strip clubs. We're goddesses, not strippers.
But it went mainstream in the 2000s era when foreign talent shows became a big thing.
Kichi, this is not the 2000s era. This is 1995. It's always been 1995 for as long as I can remember. All you've ever done with your life is go to college at Nikomi Tech and get into crazy adventures with us.
Yeah, half the fun of it is watching you freak out when we try to get you to take your relationship with Belgandi to the next level.
But we don't have that problem anymore. We have sex every night.
Sex. Every night. Kichi, we talked about this. I want to fulfill your desires, but I can't. I just can't.
Oh, believe me, you did. You really did.
Were there Daleks in this universe?
Daleks?
Yeah, you said there was this Doctor Who character. Did he fight the Daleks?
No, he didn't, because they're fictional. But there were these other guys. They called themselves the individual me's. They believed that your race of goddesses were a race of interdimensional aliens holding the world under occupation, so you could harvest it for human souls. And Yggdrasil was the Matrix. So they launched this full-scale assault on Yggdrasil and they almost destroyed the universe in the process.
Wait, are you implying that we are the aliens in Doctor Who?
No, what I'm fucking saying is that you could be misconstrued as interdimensional aliens by someone who doesn't know better, like those conspiracy theorists that believe everything they read off the internet.
But we are not aliens. We are goddesses. What kind of strange terrorist group calls themselves the individual me's?
It's kind of like a metaphor for all the self-centered people in life. We not only apply it to the terrorist group, but we use it to refer to any self-centered people that want to destroy society for their own personal gain.
And once again, this is 1995 Chiba, Japan. There aren't too many terrorists around, much less ones called the individual me's.
Yeah, but wait till the September 11, 2001 incident happens, with the destruction of the World Trade Center 2 towers. It's kind of hard to ignore fucking terrorism once it passes that date.
That sounds kind of similar to Nostradamus.
Oh yeah, the United States was practically this alternate universe version of George Orwell's 1984. The government was always going to war, spying on its own citizens using the internet, and torturing terrorist suspects in Guantanamo Bay. They suffered through 8 years of this fucking war profiteer scumfucker named George W. Bush. And finally he got replaced with the first black president in American history.
A black president? Really? That'll never happen. American presidents are all stuffy white old guys.
Oh, believe me, the shit he suffered through was fucking never-ending. Barack Obama was one of the best fucking presidents of all time. So what did America do about it? They repeatedly demanded to see his birth certificate, thinking they could impeach him for not being born on American soil. The Republican Congress tried to obstruct him at every turn, and despite all this, he still managed to do his fucking job. Fox News ran propaganda to make it look like he was doing a terrible job when he really came closer to fixing the economy than anyone else. His life was a living fucking hell.
Okay, that does sound like white America.
Yeah, and then a woman named Hillary Clinton won the next election, but they gave it to billionaire TV personality Donald Trump instead.
Okay, that really sounds like white America.
I've got it. I found the one similarity between our two universes.
And that is?
If your goddess is from the fucking afterlife, and not a group of interdimensional aliens, then where the fuck is Jesus Christ?
Well, I would think the answer is obvious. Jesus isn't real.
Ha. I knew it. I fucking knew it. You know how I knew that? Because Jesus didn't exist in the bad goddess universe either.
No, it's because the only time Belle Dandy ever tried to have sex with you was when she was drugged under a love potion in that Christian church. Now stop and think about that for a minute. If Jesus Christ was real, don't you think a first-class goddess like Belle Dandy would have thought about the consequences of that?
Stop right there. You just said, the only time Belle Dandy tried to have sex with me. Now, if Belle Dandy and I have never had sex before, then how the fuck do we have a child together?
Kichi, we talked about this. You said you were okay with adoption.
Yeah, we're like two completely different species, dude. You couldn't have blood-related children together because you're not genetically compatible.
Exactly. It would be like a dog having children with a cat, or a gorilla having children with a swan. It's just not genetically achievable.
Is there anything else we need to know about this fictional crazy universe of yours?
Yes. You're also in a lesbian relationship with an ex-police officer named Natsumi Tsujimoto.
Wait. You mean I'm gay?
Well, sort of. It's kind of like this bisexual open relationship. Sometimes you bring home a guy from a club and take turns on him. We can hear you two fucking from the next room.
I don't know what to say about that.
Oh. I give up.
Maybe that's the problem. You're still thinking about how to fix things in our world when you should be thinking about how the rules of this other world of yours would apply. What differentiates this other universe of yours from this one? Are we really so different?
You're not all that different. I'd like to believe you're the same goddesses, although you do use a fucking extreme amount of foul language.
Is that your problem? You want us to talk dirty to you?
No, that's not it. It's something else. Something I can't quite put my finger on.
Sounds like you're having an early existential midlife crisis.
Existential? That's it. It's the fourth wall. Bad goddess is aware of itself and breaks the fourth wall. It's a satirical existential examination of the oh my goddess universe, seen through the eyes of someone who isn't afraid to offend everyone, not even the original creators of the fucking anime TV show.
The fourth wall? Is that why you've been saying all of these crazy things lately? Is that why you talk to thin air?
All this time I've been fretting about how to find Dr. What, when all along, it didn't fucking matter who Dr. What was in the bad goddess universe. Because in Kevin from the Other Dimension's twisted mind, Dr. What is Charlie Day. Belle Dandy recognized his voice and said he sounded like Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think I'm finally doing it. I'm beginning to think interdimensionally like Kevin does.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
But I do. Where do they shoot It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Once again, this is 1995. I've never even heard of that show. But I imagine it's all the way out there in the United States.
That's the best part. Kevin is such an unbelievably shitty writer that it should only take me one paragraph description to get there. Kevin from the Other Dimension never pays attention to logic or continuity.
Holy God, that's meta.
Horde. It's okay, you don't have to censor yourself anymore.
Just what are you trying to say here?
I'm saying I want you to talk dirty to me.
Okay. You are headed for the loony bin.
No, that's not good enough. I don't want you to talk clean. I want you to talk dirty to me. I want you to run out to your windows and scream dirty obscenities out to the heavens. I want you all to be free again.
Kichi, I know I wear my sexuality on my sleeve, but it's not in my nature as a goddess to do things like that.
And that's the difference. Kevin wrote you to be more than just goddesses. Kevin wrote you to be fearless. Kevin didn't write you as bisexual for cheap laughs. He did it because you're the only goddess in Fujishima's universe. With the guts to make a stand like that, you didn't just come out of the closet, you stood up and told the Almighty himself that if he didn't like it, he could go fuck himself. Every fucking born-again Christian alive lives in fear of offending God, but you stood for what you believed in. And I was there, I heard you. You told God to go fuck himself, right in front of everybody. That's the universe I want to live in. That's the sister-in-law that I love.
That's so God. That's so unlike you. I think I need a Valium.
Now for the last time, I want you to talk dirty to me. And if you still can't do it, I won't rest until I find the goddess with a new that can.
I know this sounds strange, but I think I'm starting to believe you. The Kichi I knew wasn't exactly a coward, but he would never have the guts to say something like that.
But I'm not Kosuke Fujishima's Keiichi anymore. I'm bad goddess Keiichi. You don't believe me, Beldandy? I need to speak to you.
Yes, Kichi?
I have to make a little trip, but when I get back, I'm going to fuck the living daylights out of you. I'm going to fuck you so hard that you'll pass out from orgasm. I'm going to fuck you so hard the police will come and threaten us with a noise complaint. And if school doesn't like it, then school can kiss my fucking ass.
You creep.
So wait for me. And think of me. And I'll be back a better man.
Wait. Where are we going? Hold up. We are coming with you.
What the hell?
Who is this guy?
Dr. What? I need to speak to you.
Who's Dr. What?
You are.
Who?
No, not who. What? Dr. What? In my alternate universe, you secretly voiced Dr. What on a dirty adult anime spin-off of Oh My Goddess. I've been looking for you.
Look man, if you get broken in here to pitch a session.
No, it's not a pitch. He's already made it.
I don't recall any anime shows being on my IMDb resume. I think I would have remembered something like that.
You voice animated kids movies all the time, so it's entirely within reason that you did this one too.
In your alternate universe. Oh God.
Oh God? You usually say Oive.
Am I supposed to be Jewish in this TV show?
No. You're a second-rate foul-mouthed bargain basement wannabe Doctor Who. At the beginning of every episode, everyone makes fun of you. And over the course of every episode, through the character you exhibit, you show each and every one of them where they can stick their opinions.
You want me to play Doctor Who? That's terrible casting. Doctor Who is supposed to be British.
No, not fucking Doctor Who. You're Dr. What? He's everybody's favorite public access Time Lord.
Public access? That's not a very high goal to set for oneself.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to lower the bar.
Why would anybody want me to fucking replace David Tennant? He's already the perfect Doctor.
Actually, it's Jodie Whittaker now.
Is she any good?
Are you kidding? She's the only Time Lord that's even more maligned than Dr. What. Because the only thing that offends fans more than a black Doctor Who is a woman.
This is fucking hilarious. Instead of finishing the fucking episode, we should just be pointing the cameras at this crazy scumsucker.
Charlie, you have to be Dr. What. He couldn't possibly be anyone else. You're my last hope. I'm all out of ideas. I don't know how to fix this. I'm trapped in an alternate reality and Dr. What is my only way home.
Dude. I'm so very sorry. But you're crazy. Hey Kichi. See? I told you I wasn't Charlie Day.
Is it really you? But how?
The contractual obligation set by Yggdrasil for the wish I fulfilled for the goddesses was to assassinate the creators of Evangelion to prevent them from cancelling Oh My Goddess. In return, it was demanded that I be written into the original manga and anime series, so that should anything go wrong, you would still have a way out. The small fine print of said contract was that, in order to prevent me from overstepping my bounds and taking over the original series, such as I did in the Bad Goddess series, I was not allowed to be a main character, but only to appear at the pivotal moment when I was truly needed. You made the effort. You broke every one of your inhibitions. You stepped out of your comfort zone and made every effort you could to find me, when all logic suggested to you that I shouldn't even exist. That is more than just meeting me halfway. That is a complete and total blind leap of faith. And so, here I am.
That is the most fucking meta thing I've ever heard. You are Dr. What?
I love you too, pal.
Wait, how did you kill the creators of Evangelion?
With kindness, my friend. I killed them with kindness, and a few special original ideas good enough to make them hold back on the Evangelion movies until Oh My Goddess Season 3 was finished. You didn't really believe I was an assassin, did you? I'm a fucking fallen angel, dude.
So you can fix this? You can change this series back to Bad Goddess?
Change it back? But I thought Bad Goddess was just the fucking Oh My Goddess series with cursing, sex scenes, and offensive jokes. Shouldn't your world be the same?
No, it's not the same anymore. I've already lived this life. I've already outgrown it and moved on.
But this is what everyone wanted. This is all you've been dreaming about ever since the anime show went on hiatus. This is Oh My Goddess Season 3.
This is what everyone thought they wanted. Sometimes what a person thinks they want, and what they truly need are two different things.
But this is exactly where the series was expected to go had Kosuke Fujishima continued the manga. This is the Girl Meets World sequel, where your children take the spotlight, and the lead characters we all know and love are there for backup and moral support.
Yeah, but I'm not ready for kids just yet. Look, Kosuke Fujishima is a wonderfully gifted writer, but even he has his limits. Everyone does. I never knew this until now, but Bad Goddess exists to break those limits. Forcibly, against everyone's will if necessary. We might not like all of the things that Kevin had to say, but at least he had the guts to say them. And despite his claims to be an atheist, despite all of his attempts to be sacrilegious and offensive, even he couldn't stop the Christian values he was force-fed as a child from subconsciously leaking into his stories.
Be very careful about the decision you're about to make. If we reset Kevin's universe, the world will still end, and we'll still be at war with the individual me's. That's going to be a long and dangerous road. Believe me, I know.
But at least I'll have my Belle Dandy back. And it's not like Kevin's universe is canon to the original series.
What is canon? Who determines canon? Kevin's universe doesn't have to be fucking canon to Kosuke Fujishima's standards. Kevin's universe is canon to himself. And it's right where it belongs, being brutally fucking ignored by everyone on a fanfiction blog. Safe from the cruelty of the copyright lawyers and studio naysayers. Creative freedom at its finest. Kevin's universe has been stuck in his mind every day for the past 7 years before it ever even reached pen and paper. So the fucking question remains. Whose world do you want to live in? Do you fucking want to live in a world where nothing really changes? Life is always happy, everyone plays by the rules, and everything is left in a perpetual state for 30 goddamn fucking years like The Simpsons? Or do you want to live in a fucking beautiful world that's not afraid to offend everyone? A fucking world that speaks from its dirty black fucking heart, that passionately says what it fucking means, and hurts like it fucking feels. A world that is constantly changing and expanding its fucking horizons. Oh My Goddess has fucking lived in the 1990s long enough. The future is now. It's time to fucking say goodbye to Nekomi Tech, and leave that fucking temple behind once and for all.
Kichi. Who is this?
Is this who you've been looking for? Is this Dr. What?
You bet your sweet fucking pussy he is.
Who is Dr. What?
He's everybody's favorite public access time lord.
That's not a very high goal to set for oneself.
Dr. What doesn't fight the Daleks. Dr. What fights real life, and believe me, that's fucking enough. Wait. Where the fuck did I just get that from?
From the heart schooled. You remembered it from your dirty black twisted heart. Only you are beautiful enough to never forget it.
What happened? Where are we?
We're not on planet Earth anymore. We're on planet Beldandi. By jump-starting Skuld's memory of the bad goddess universe, my contract with the goddesses has become null and void. Which also means, we can now watch the entire series of Neon Genesis, Evangelion on Netflix.
Well, back to the old drawing board. So this is the Evangelion show that got our series cancelled.
You didn't like it?
No, it's surprisingly fucking awesome.
Instead of being upset that Evangelion stole our animation staff, I guess we should have been supporting them in their efforts. They fired the show on all 4 cylinders and it really fucking paid off.
You want to show your support? Kosuke Fujishima still has a few new manga series going right now, and they could use a little love, especially since he now has a new wife and child on the way to support.
Dr. What?
Yes, Beldandi?
Welcome to the family.
So the goddesses do have a weakness after all. Apparently Kichi Morisato is so scared of becoming father that he destroy Earth a second time just to weasel his way out of it.